Hello everybody and welcome back to Geeks and Gamers. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everybody doing today? Today we're going to be talking about MoviePass. So if you've been a follower of my channel, I've done several videos over the past week or two about everything that's been going on with MoviePass. It's been chaos. Basically, if you have MoviePass, you know what's going on, but if you don't, MoviePass was a service where for $9.99 a month, you were able to see a movie every single day. And originally when they started out that new plan, what you were able to do is you were able to see every major film as it came out. You were able to see a movie multiple times in theaters too, and there were virtually no restrictions. Now, as it went on, people soon realized, oh, wait a minute, this is a really great deal. I don't have to spend nearly as much money as I would normally do if I want to buy an individual ticket, so I'm going to go ahead and get this service. It became so successful that MoviePass, of course, just like everyone predicted, began losing a crap ton of money, and ever since then, they have slowly added on new parts of their plan, and they've just made things harder for the customers themselves, all while providing terrible garbage tier customer service. I thought I knew what bad customer service was, dealing with any corporation, any major any major supermarket like Walmart, etc. But man, not until I had MoviePass did I realize just how bad customer service can actually get. And if you have MoviePass, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, sending hundreds of messages, not even exaggerating, hundreds of messages trying to get one question answered to finally be told, we can't tell that to you. And again, that took like several months for that to happen. But anyway, their customer service has been terrible, and now their service is showing itself to just be awful because now, of course, they can't sustain it anymore. So what they're going to do? No, they're not going to tell people what's going on. They're not going to say, hey, here's the plan going forward. They're just going to go day to day, week to week and say, oh, now it's this, now it's that, now it's this. And then everyone's going to be confused. They have 3 million subscribers at this point, and I guarantee you it's actually less than that. They have not told anyone what any updated figures are as far as their subscribers are concerned, because I guarantee you so many people have been leaving their service because of this nonsense. But as you see right up here, this is from the Washington Post. This is the newest plan. This is the newest idea that they have, and they slashed the MoviePass service by 90%. What does that mean? Not the cost. What it means is that when you used to be able to see a movie every single month, or rather, every single day of the month, now you can only see 3 movies in a month for $9.99. Everyone might say, oh, well, that's still a pretty good deal. I can see, 3 movies for $10. That's a pretty good deal. Yeah, but in comparison to what you were once promised, it is nothing in comparison. But let's actually go and dive into to see what they're actually offering for their subscribers at this point. MoviePass will reduce the number of movies that subscribers can see by 90%. With subscribers in the $9.95 monthly fee tier, seeing their movie allowance decrease from 1 per day to 3 per month. That's a huge drop. The change will be rolled out starting August 15th, the latest in a series of alterations that the company is making as it struggles to stay afloat. Again, a series of changes. So for anyone to think, oh, they finally figured it out, don't hold your breath, because they have changed it like 4 or 5 times in the last 2 weeks alone, and something tells me that they're not done yet, because there's no way that this service, even with this change, can stay afloat past the year. There really is just no way. And also on top of that, there's a lot of legal ramifications now going into play for MoviePass 2, which is why I think it's not going to be around, or at least the people who currently own it aren't going to own it by the time that the year is over. The company said in a statement that the new limit, which is supposed to reduce the amount of cash MoviePass burns through, they say roughly 60%, will only affect the 15% of its subscribers who see more than 3 movies per month using that service. Again, I don't really know where to get that number from. Every person that I've ever talked to who uses MoviePass sees more than 3 movies in a month. Uses it to the max capacity. So to them to say, oh, it's only going to affect a small number of people. No, the people who use this the most, obviously, the people who actually get the most out of it, who actually are probably the biggest supporters of MoviePass, are the ones who are going to say, wait a minute, this is not what I paid for originally. And obviously this is going to be something that's going to piss off a lot of people, just like they've pissed off so many people over the past several months. All right, MoviePass also announced Monday morning that it has reversed its decision, announced less than a week ago, again, week to week, to hike its monthly subscription fee to $14.95 a month. The reversal comes after a customer outcry. The $9.95 monthly fee will remain in place. And I understand why customers were pissed about it, but it wasn't just that. See, the problem with MoviePass and the problem people running it, especially Mitch Lowe, is that they pinpoint one thing and they say, oh, this one thing is what people want. And they want everything. You promise them unlimited films, regardless of which one it was, regardless of when it came out, regardless of what its title was, every single day of the month, and you have now welched on that promise. And now you can point to your terms and conditions and say, oh, we have the ability to change it. but you've still welched on your promise. So at this point, you have lost good faith with so many people. I cannot even tell you how many people, because they haven't released the numbers yet, have left the service ever since this started 2 weeks ago. Because basically what happened was there was a time when all of a sudden the service had a blackout for about 3 days because it ran out of money. It ran out of cash and had to borrow over $6 million from like a hedge fund in order to stay afloat. So because of that, the service was out for 3 days. The service was actually out yesterday too, on Sunday. I checked my MoviePass and no screen times were available. I checked with other people too, and it was the same thing. So basically at this point, they have said, oh, we're going to offer this now, but they still reserve the right to black out any day that they want. And I'm sorry, but that is not a constant, consistent plan that I or anyone else should trust their money to. That's just my own thought on that. In multiple statements issued over the past week, because it's changed multiple times, the company attributed its recent turbulence to growing pains that are expected when a disruptor startup company enters the marketplace. Oh my goodness, they still do not get it. They are so cocky. They are so full of themselves. They are so stuck up. And to me, this is what makes me never want to trust them again, because even when they make a mistake, they cannot admit it. Mitch Lowe cannot say, we made a mistake, this is our bad, and we're going to do the very best that we can to fix our mistake. They say, oh, well, this just happens. We're sorry if we inconvenienced you, but this just happens, and oh, we're still great, and everyone's just mad because we disrupted the whole market. That's all that they do. That's all that Mitch Lowe does, and it's just stupid. As it says, the company brought in Netflix co-founder Mitch Lowe, who is a garbage tier human being at this point, to run the service, and he promptly lowered the monthly subscription rate and increased the number of movies users could see. Yep, and he has run his company into the ground at this point. Again, was I happy with the service when it worked? Sure. I mean, seeing a movie every single day for $10, that's a great deal. But when you offer garbage tier customer service and also run your company into the ground so that it's unsustainable, I'm sorry, but you don't really have much to be proud of at this point. Although these changes brought in a rush of new customers, up to around 3 million, the cost to keep them proved too much for the company. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, only 15%. Okay, so you're saying that 15% of customers ran your business into the ground? Or how do you help to explain that? MoviePass pays full price for each ticket a subscriber uses, meaning that after a subscriber sees a second movie in a month, the company is operating at a loss. It didn't take long for the company to burn through all of its cash reserves, and the company took out a $6 million emergency loan to pay. Exactly. So again, they went out for like 3 days. They got paid in this loan, and now they're slowly starting to pay things off, and now they're just stripping their service of anything that even made it good at this point to try and save face. But you know what? It's funny because they say, oh, it's only 15%, but I guarantee you in the next week, maybe 2-3 weeks, because now obviously the cash flow is going to be a lot slower, I will say this. If they make another change and they try to bring out that 85 to 15% ratio again, I'm going to say, it's interesting that even at 3 movies a month, that same 15% somehow could still affect your business model. That's just me, though. 2 law firms, and here's where it gets good. 2 law firms announced on Monday that they have begun seeking defendants for class action litigation against MoviePass parent company Helios and Matheson Analytics, claiming that the company overinflated MoviePass's profitability when presenting information to investors when they lost money. Yeah, so also too, I would not be surprised if you see a class action lawsuit against MoviePass itself, because they might be able to go into saying, oh, well, you're saying, well, if you look into our terms and conditions, you can see very clearly that it says that we have the right to change availability at any time. They might be able to do that and might hide behind it, but at the end of the day, they promised a service and they failed to deliver it on several occasions, and they did nothing to make up for that fact. So I honestly would not be surprised if we don't see MoviePass try and make, or rather the users of MoviePass and really the people who have been used by MoviePass themselves, to actually come out and try and make that kind of thing. I'm obviously not going to get involved with that because I'm done with it. I got my money's worth out of it, so I'm kind of over it. But there are definitely people out there who are going to do everything within their power to attack them. And especially with the current place they are financially, MoviePass is probably not going to be in a good position to defend itself. Our MoviePass's announcements follow a slew of changes made last month under Lowe, in which the company announced its customers could not be able to see several summer hits, including The Meg and the Winnie the Pooh fantasy Christopher Robin. It also said wide releases could only be seen during the first 2 weeks of their could not be seen during the first 2 weeks of the run unless they were part of a major film production. Last month, it also took out an emergency loan, $6 million, $5 million, which was slated to its partners. And also, two interesting things. So actually, according to the email that was sent to me and to all MoviePass subscribers, even though they say this new tier, $10 a month, 3 movies every month, you can see any movie that you want. There are no restrictions. There's no surge pricing is also what they say. The interesting thing is that they still say they reserve the right to limit the movies that you can see. So even in their own announcement saying, we're taking this away, we're taking away the restrictions, they still say, but the restriction might be there sometimes, maybe, I don't know. It's going to really depend on the day and how much money we lost on the day. Guys, if you have not canceled yet, I highly recommend that you cancel your subscription because there are better options out there. I personally have AMC A-List. I'm not sponsored by them by any means, but I've always been a huge fan of AMC. I used to work for AMC, and overall, I think that they have a good service. You get to see also 3 movies a month, but you get to see a movie more than one time, and also you get to see it in IMAX or Dolby. You can't do that with MoviePass. With MoviePass, you can only see a standard 2D showing. However, now they have this new thing where if you buy a second ticket, you might be able to get up to $5 off. So again, they're not very consistent on that either, because basically it comes down to this. If you want a company that's going to make up rules on the fly, that's going to make up a terms and conditions on the fly, go with MoviePass. Also, if you keep in mind that if you go with them, there's a very good chance that they'll go under by the end of the year. Just so you know. Look at their stock if you don't believe me on that one. Or you can go with AMC. Or if you live near Cinemark, you can go with Cinemark. Regal, I'm sure, is going to come up with its own subscription service too. You can go with one of them. Companies that have been around for a long time, who understand the market, who understand what sells, who understand how to sustain a business, and probably, and I know for at least AMC, have significantly better customer service than MoviePass does. So guys, let me know in the comments, do you use MoviePass? Are you still standing by MoviePass? Do you believe in Mitch Lowe and all of the changes that he's made? Do you believe that this is the last time that they're going to make a change? And also, do you have a prediction on when they're actually going to go under? Please let me know in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate that, guys. Also, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. It helps all of us here at the Geeks and Gamers channel so much, and we love you so much for it. So thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great day, and as always, God bless, and go see a movie.